Ain't nobody
Love me better.
make me happy.
Make me feel this way.
Hi, and welcome to the SaVeg podcast.
I'm Rose, also known as Cheap Lazy Vegan on YouTube.
And I'm Daniel, one of your favorite guest stars on Cheap Lazy Vegan's YouTube channel.
We're two friends who love to talk about the latest trending topics.
So get comfortable and join us while we give our SaVeg take on just about everything.
You are currently listening to the previous episode of this podcast, but if you would like to listen to this week's episode and get some exclusive content, go over to patreon.com/thesavagepodcast. Hello, everyone. How are we doing?
The real question is how you doing,
How
Rose?
we doing?
Oh, God
We are
damn.
not surviving.
No, we're not.
We are barely surviving.
We're not surviving. We're not thriving.
We thrived on the weekend.
We did.
We were tired on the weekend.
Yeah.
Because what did we do, Daniels?
So, guys, for those of you that don't know, we went to Vancouver and we ran the half marathon, the Vancouver half, which
Woo-woo.
was a beautiful route. It was
a
so
beautiful
nice.
route. Yes, Daniel.
Yeah. But
Daniel was a bit sick.
I woke up on Sunday when we were doing the half marathon, and it started at 7:00 in the morning. So fuck my life. And I woke up.
Well,
with
they
this,
always start pretty early.
Yeah,
Daniels.
they do. That's true. And I woke up and I was like full of like kind of congested,
Oh,
and I was
God.
getting all these stomach pains, and I was just like, oh my fucking God, this is gonna suck. And then I got this major like anxiety attack as we were about to start the race.
Right.
I started feeling like, what have I done? Like, what
God
have I
damn,
signed
Daniel.
up for?
You'd be nervous as hell.
Yeah. And then the race, the gunshot went off or whatever happened. And then we just started going. And next thing I know, I blinked and I was already at 8 kilometers. So I was like, well, here we go.
That's good, though.
Yeah.
And then did you get, because you got stomach pains.
Yeah.
When did you start getting stomach pains?
Well, it was throughout the entire thing.
From the beginning.
But it was like in waves. It was like,
Oh,
it would be
goddamn,
like,
Daniel.
it would be like really painful for like 10 seconds. And then it would just stop for like 3 minutes. And then it would do it again. It was like every 3 minutes or so or 5 minutes.
Oh, God, that's awful.
I was getting cramps. Yeah. And I tried to, utilize the porta potties, but that didn't help either. So
God, but
It was
you made it.
I did make it. I was very disappointed in my time, but hey, you know what? C'est la vie. It means
You were
there's room
sick.
for improvement.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, well, would you like to ask me how mine was?
How was yours,
Or
Rose?
should we talk about you forever?
I think we should just continue talking about me like we usually do. Who's the real star of this podcast?
Oh, well, Daniel likes to talk about himself all the time.
Okay, Rose.
Do you do this on dates?
How was your race, Rose? How did it go?
Well, mine went very well, actually. I hit a personal best.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I think I deserve a real clap for that one, Daniel. Yeah, we were not trained. I did
No.
not train. I trained the least. So we've done 3 of that was our 3rd half marathon.
Yeah.
Which is, quite impressive.
Yeah.
We should be impressed with ourselves. And each time we train less and less, it seems.
Yeah.
But for some reason, this is working for me because
I don't get it. Like, how are you able to run faster though, Rose?
each time I hit a personal best so far.
But like how? Like, do you not get tired? Like,
This time, well, I think it depends on a lot of factors. A lot of stars have to be aligned. And I think this time I was in a good place.
we got a lot of sleep the night before.
We got a lot of sleep the night before.
Yeah.
I was in a good place. I think it's also, I believe that the Vancouver half marathon route is easier than the Calgary one.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, maybe I need to compare again, but the Vancouver one had a lot of downhill.
Well, I think the Calgary one is like in a couple of weeks if you want to try it out as well.
No,
to
thank you.
compare.
No, thank you. I would like to rest for a bit, but the Vancouver one had a lot of downhill. So I had a few strategies. Okay, I'm learning as I go. Number 1 strategy is for me, because I have a tiny bladder. Okay. The first one I probably drank too much water in the morning. Okay, before the race. So I had to pee like 3 times, which slowed down my time. Mm-hmm. So now I don't really drink a lot of water in the morning. I just drink a small amount and then I have an espresso shot instead of coffee. You see? Okay. That's strategy number 1. Strategy number 2 is whenever I'm going downhill, I just go faster than I normally would. Obviously not like super fast because you don't want to like roll your ankle, but I just went faster every time I was going downhill, and I always keep track of my pace. Mm-hmm. So those are the strategies to beat your personal best.
Time.
So I got it, guys, in 2 hours and 9 minutes.
That's really good.
God damn.
Yeah.
last time was 2 hours and 10 minutes and 40 something seconds.
Yeah.
So I beat my previous time by a minute and like 30 seconds.
Yeah. And do you think a lot of that was attributed to the sprint you did at the very end when you saw the finish line?
Yeah. So that's another thing I did. So at the very end, when I knew I was like cutting close to my PB and I was like, oh my God, I really want to make it. And I was exhausted. But at the very end, actually, I wasn't too exhausted.
Yeah.
Considering.
I did feel like this race, even though I did terrible in terms of time, well, not terrible, I still was under 2 hours and 30.
Yeah.
Which I think is still pretty good. But I think it felt overall easier. Like,
yes.
even though I was sick and like dying and like had stomach cramps and could barely breathe, I was like, it still felt like an easier race.
Although you were literally dying, it felt easier.
I was so sick. Like, not so sick, but like I definitely was not a good place.
Well, we have a theory that because Vancouver is lower in altitude compared to Calgary, it's easier to run in Vancouver.
Yeah.
So we do need to test it out and do another one in Calgary, Daniel.
I just feel like because like the very first race, I like basically was just slightly less than you, and I like kept pretty good pace. I feel like, but you did go to the bathroom a lot.
I did go to the bathroom a lot.
Yeah, but the first one
you gonna compare to me?
The first one I got was 2 hours and 20.
Yep.
And then
mine was 2 hours and 15.
Yeah.
On that one, yes.
But like pretty close. And then this one, I'm like,
very close.
this one I'm like 2 hours and like I was basically 20 minutes after you.
Yeah, but you were feeling sick, so it's a bit different.
True.
And also, you weren't tracking your pace.
That's true. I think I need to really start tracking my pace because
You
like
do.
I had no idea. I was just kind of like just going with it.
See, this is the thing. If I had no idea, I would not have met my personal best. I was tracking. And
Well,
I was
did
like,
you have times where you're like, shit, I'm going too slow. I need to speed up?
Not necessarily. I think I maintained a certain speed. Yeah, there were some times when I was like, I just tried to like maintain a certain speed.
Yeah.
So in order to get like, I think my time, I tried to maintain around 6 minutes per kilometer.
Yeah.
So as long as my average was like around there, then I was like, okay, I'm probably good.
Yeah.
So that's what I tried to do. I try to maintain that kind of pace.
Yeah.
So next time you can track your pace, Daniel.
Yeah, I should do that. Did you walk at all or no?
I think I walked for like maybe like max 20 seconds.
Yeah.
So there was like a couple times when we were going uphill and I was like, fuck my life.
I know. I walked up a few of the hills.
Yeah.
So I was like,
so I walked
no.
a little bit, but not really. Like I mostly just kept a pace.
Yeah.
But it was relatively easy. I do think that because of the altitude or maybe also because the weather was like pretty good weather for running.
There was a lot of conditions that aligned, and that's why I was so mad that I woke up sick because I'm like, I feel like I could have got my PB, like maybe not as fast as you, but I think I could have got under 220 if I wasn't feeling like shit.
You could have gotten under 220.
Yeah.
For sure.
Like I'm so mad. Anyway.
It's fine, Daniels.
Next year.
I guess we're going to keep doing this.
Next year I'm going to train and I'm going to kick ass and I'm going to get sub 2.
Well, you know, first of all, we also did say we were going to train for this one, especially you. What happened, Daniel?
Well, what happened is I decided to do a reno project and had no time whatsoever. So
next one, no more reno project.
Well, I'm not going to be doing it. I mean, I'm not going to be doing a reno project, so it's fine.
Damn, you be in a bit of a mood today, aren't you?
Oh, God damn.
Look at you been all.
God damn, Roses. I'm not in a mood.
You be all right, Daniel?
I'll be an angel.
Are you sure about that?
I'm still feeling a little sick.
Oh, God damn. Well, you also have gotten me sick. So, guys, today,
what's happening?
We thought
Rose?
we would do our favorite sort of episode.
But before we do that.
Oh, God, Daniel. We're going to talk about the tragedy that is the United States.
But before we talk about that.
What else, Daniel?
Guys, want to remind you, if you're not already, check out our Patreon page, patreon.com/the SaVeg Podcast.
And we have a new one. We have a new Patreon.
We have a shout out going out to Reza.
Reza, yes.
Yes.
Thank you to Reza for joining our Patreon family. If you guys want to join, the links are always in the show notes. Yep. Patreon.com/the SaVeg Podcast. You get every episode a week earlier than everybody else. It's ad-free content, and you get a bonus episode every single month.
Yeah.
And I think for this month's episode, we're going to copy my new favorite podcast, which is called I've Had It.
Yes.
And we did that in the last episode as well. But this time, we're going to do I've Had It Dating Edition. So we're going to talk about the things we've had it with when it comes to dating.
Oh, God, we need to start a list.
Oh, Daniel, I think we need multiple episodes for this.
Oh, God damn. We probably will. So, without further ado, what did you want to talk about in the United States of America, Rose?
Oh, God damn, Daniel, there'd be a multitude of shootings.
I know.
It is so sad. It is actually, I don't even know what to say though, because.
Well, we talked about this the other day, and I guess it was this in Texas, I believe. There was like a mass shooting, and like this poor boy who's like
so sad.
6 years old. His entire family was wiped out in this shooting except him. So now he's like an orphan.
Yeah. So basically, there was a huge shooting. I'm sure you guys have heard of it in Texas, and it was in a mall, and I think like 8 people died at this point. And basically, let me actually open it. I have the article.
It's crazy. Imagine you're just going shopping to the mall with your family.
Oh my God, I know.
Someone goes in there with a fucking rifle or machine gun.
I can't even. So 8 people were killed. Some of them being children, like we mentioned. So basically, this family, this Korean American family, the mom and dad were both shot and killed. I think like the youngest child, I believe, was also killed. Yeah. And then the only child remaining, I think, is injured, but I think he's okay. But like, oh my God, can you fucking imagine? That broke my heart. Like, that is like so sad. And then this kid is also like 5 or 6 years old. And at that age, you still remember these things. It's not like you don't know what's going on. You kind of know what's going on as well. So not only is his entire family killed, but he's going to remember this.
Yeah.
Oh God.
This is crazy. And it's so sad. And then it's like, if he doesn't have family to look after him, he's going to like end up in the system. And
I'm hoping he has relatives to like take him in, but who the fuck knows? Yeah. God damn, Daniel. It's so sad. But that brings about another topic, which is that over the weekend, the past weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, apparently there were 11 mass shootings in the United States, 300 plus shootings total.
This year.
No, over the weekend, Daniel. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, there were over 300 shootings overall. Yeah. And but 11 of them were mass shootings.
I mean, this is just crazy.
It's just insane.
Like what has to happen in America?
I don't know. I think this is just going to be normal.
I guess. Like this is why I will never live there.
Like it's crazy.
I'll be scared for when we go to Houston.
God damn, Daniel, don't be saying that.
I don't want to get shot.
Stop.
That'd be scary as hell.
God. Daniel does this, guys. He loves doing this like doom and gloom. We're thinking of changing this podcast name to Doom and Gloom.
Not to Doom and Gloom, Rose.
Well, it would fit it well.
I think no one is going to want to tune in. They'll be like, you should check out the Doom and Gloom podcast. It makes me feel really great about my life. Like...
Well, what's changed, Daniel? You love to give the doom and gloom of the day.
I mean, it's just I'm a realist.
Since when are you a realist?
Since always. I think it's realistic. Are you not scared to go to Houston now, Rose?
Well, I am scared. I'm always scared to go to the States.
I know. I'm like, now it's like a new thing. Like, I'm not kidding you guys. And like, I've traveled to some pretty rough places, like over my years of traveling. And I went to go visit a friend, and they live in San Jose. And we went to California, or we went to San Francisco and whatever. And there was a moment in San Jose, like nothing happened. I had a great time, whatever. But there was a moment in the back of my mind. I'm like, am I going to get shot here?
Oh my God.
And it was like kind of scary. I was like, this is not, like, I do not feel good about this.
Well, the likelihood is still very low. Yeah. So I don't think we should be necessarily fear-mongering, but at the same time.
Well, wasn't there a stat like 1 in 5 Americans has somehow been touched by gun violence? So I don't think it's that low.
God damn. But if you're visiting, it would be lower because we're not there all the time.
True. Or you could argue that it's higher because you're in touristy areas where there's lots of people, and that's where mass shooters might target.
Again, guys, welcome back to the Doom and Gloom podcast.
Realism. But yeah, anyway.
Well, we don't really know what else to say about this topic because we've beat the dead horse.
Oh, we have literally, I don't even know what else we can say about this.
I don't know. I mean, is anything going to change?
No.
Ever?
No.
Like, I don't understand.
You know how angry? I mean, I think, and I'm sure there's a lot of Americans that are, to be honest.
I think, many. That's the frustrating part.
I know. I think there's a lot of Americans now that are just like so sick of this and they want their government to take action. Yeah. And they're just not. But I think unfortunately, it's still a slight majority that are in favor of, whatever the Second Amendment or whatever it is.
Well, the problem is, you should be able, like, it's fine. I know they're like obsessed with guns over there. So like fucking keep your guns. Great. Yeah. But what is wrong with, why wouldn't you have a license? Why wouldn't you have like rules
or like registration?
It makes literally no sense. You have to register your vehicle. You have to get a license to drive. There's so many things you need a license for. But
not then a gun, apparently.
The weapon that can kill multiple people, you don't need a license for. That makes literally no sense.
I know.
I don't.
It's crazy. But enough of that topic, guys.
Oh, goddamn, Daniel.
So
anyways, other than that doom and gloom story, we decided to do our usual lazy content.
Yeah. Because we're both, guys, honestly.
we're so tired. We got back last night.
We got back last night at like 11 o'clock at night. Both of us had to work today. We were both up early. Like we had no sleep. And so like today we're like I was literally at work.
Well, we
and
did
were, like,
sleep, but not enough.
Not enough, yeah. And we were like texting, and both of us are like, "Oh my god, I'm so effing tired." Even at the office, I was just like, "I'm so grumpy. I'm tired." I had like 3 coffees.
Oh my god,
which is not good.
Yeah.
But I was like, I need a coffee. Like every like 10 minutes, I was like, I need another coffee. Like I'm dying.
I just like didn't want to do anything today. I was just exhausted.
I know. So we're like, both of us are like, you know what? We don't have time to do research or anything like that. So let's just.
So it really is our lazy content.
Yeah, our go-to, our crowd pleaser though. A lot of people like it.
People love our lazy content.
Yes.
You know what? We do it with enthusiasm.
Exactly.
People. Okay. It doesn't matter how much effort we put into it. We put enthusiasm into it.
And that's the importance, you know?
So if you don't know what we're talking about, the lazy content is basically where we react to the subreddit Am I the Asshole? If you don't know, Am I the Asshole is basically a forum where people can write in their personal stories about whether or not they are the asshole. So they ask the audience to tell them if they think that they are the asshole.
And Rose, what's the universal opinion?
You are the asshole, Daniel.
Everyone's an asshole.
Everyone's an asshole. So,
but now I know what your universal opinion is, that I'm an asshole.
I'm just joking, Daniel.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't the asshole.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So let me go into our favorite subreddit, Am I the Asshole?
I'm sorry, guys. Oh,
God damn.
I know. I'm literally like gonna go right home after this, edit this podcast, guys,
and then go to bed.
And then I'm gonna go to sleep because
you gonna smoke some weed?
No.
Not today. No.
No.
No, not today. Really?
Not today, because I just really want to chill.
God damn, Daniel. Okay. Here we are. God damn, there'd be some. Okay, let me stop.
I was like, please pick one, Rose.
Okay. More drama in the family.
Always.
Am I the asshole for canceling a vacation because my wife can't pay her share after helping her adult son and ex-husband? Dun, dun, dun. We got some family drama. We got some ex-husband drama.
Oh, God damn.
Okay. My wife, 44 female, makes quite a bit less money than me, 45 male, and our joint expenses are split 70 to 30. For the most part, things like vacations and where we bought a house are decided based on what she can afford, but there have been several times I've paid in full for vacations to places I really enjoy and wanted to share the experience with her. Mm-hmm. Very interesting. She has a 23-year-old son from her previous marriage. When she and I got together, I told her I wouldn't mind paying extra for things here and there until her son was 18 and working and in school so she could take care of him. For the majority of our relationship, he has lived with his father. He decided against college or trade school and hasn't expressed any interest in starting to figure out a plan for the immediate future, let alone his life. He floats from job to job and his father is pretty much the same since the kid graduated. Okay, therein lies the problem. Every few months, they'll call her for a few $100s here, a few $100s here, a few $100 there, $20 this week, 80 the next. Sometimes it's her son calling for help. Sometimes it's her ex-husband. Yeah. This has caused her to be short on funds for our plans and things that she volunteered to cover on more than one occasion. Uh-oh. Her reasoning when it's her ex asking is that since her son still lives with him, she has to help him. I get that to a point. We were supposed to go on vacation later this month. Nothing major or fancy, but just time away. We had agreed to split the cost, and all that was left to pay for were hotels, rental car, and some reservations. Her ex-husband called needing help getting his car out of the impound and getting caught up on rent. Their son hasn't been able to work without the car because he doesn't want to ride a bike or take a bus.
Oh my God. Are you fucking kidding me?
So many red flags.
Yeah.
Almost $5,000 later, they're set up, but my wife told me she can't pay for her portion of our vacation. So I told her I was canceling it. She called me a heartless ass that she's just taking care of her son, and we've been arguing over it. But my stance is this: they're both able-bodied adults that keep making a series of life decisions that keep them at a standstill, like quitting jobs over little things, smoking, going out, and her always digging them out of their hole is starting to impact our lives more and more. And I didn't sign up for that. Am I the asshole for canceling our vacation instead of just footing the entire cost myself? Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
What do you think? Not the asshole.
I also think not the asshole.
Oh God, this is messy.
This is so messy, but also there's so many red flags in there.
So many red flags.
Like, I'm sorry. First of all, let's stop for a second. She's saying she has to support. I get it to some.
A rat.
I get it to some degree when she was like, oh, like my husband is looking after my ex-husband's looking after my kids. So like, but like once that kid's over 18. I'm like, you are old enough to work.
Absolutely.
You're not in school anymore. It sounds like he's like, what, 23 or something?
23 years old.
Exactly. At that point, if my ex is calling me to pay for their bills, I'd be like, no. You have we have a 23-year-old son who can work. You guys can sort your shit out. Like, get your shit together. I'm not a free ride here.
Yeah.
Why? And also, it just bugs me when like people that are able-bodied workers are asking for this kind of support because like, it would be different if it was like once in a blue moon or something, something really unexpected came up. Like it was like something crazy, like you're doing okay. And then all of a sudden your hot water tank breaks and you need like $4,000. Yeah. Okay. That's a little different. Like maybe figure it out, go to the bank. Maybe you can't get a loan because you have bad credit or something. Then okay, fine. But if it's like a consistent thing, I'm always short, like for rent, or it sounded like he's like, I need to get caught up on rent. I'm in, and they're both in and out of jobs. It's like, why can't you hold a job? First of all. Secondly, the son, I'm sorry, but the car's in the impound, so he can't work because...
Take a bus, motherfucker.
Take a fucking bus. I'm sorry. Like,
I hate these people.
Oh, like these people that are like, oh, I'm too good for transit. Well, clearly not. You can't even pay your rent.
Yeah.
So actually taking transit's the least of your worries.
Yeah.
Like, get your shit together. Suck it up. Actually, I would almost suggest you get rid of your car because you can't even afford your rent. Yeah. And take public transit. Yeah. Until you can afford a car.
God damn, Daniel. Tell me how you really feel.
God damn. It's just like this shit.
What I want to question is, when did they get married? And did they have this discussion before they got married? Because this would be a huge red flag.
Oh, 100%.
If you're like, imagine if you were getting married and your future husband kept just paying, like enabling, because she's enabling
100%.
Okay, the ex-husband,
because he knows he can
son.
rely on her.
This is the problem, right? So I don't even necessarily want to fully blame the son and the ex-husband. It's like she keeps giving them this stuff. She is 100% part of the problem because, again, like the reason why they're probably not holding the job and like getting their shit together is because they have this other person that keeps just
That's a really good point.
Money.
I'm a firm believer in that. It's like these parents that like coddle their kids.
Yes.
And they do everything for them. So like they do their laundry, they do all this stuff. And it's like your child is never going to do their laundry because they don't have to. Right?
Exactly.
Until you're forced to do something, you probably won't do it. Like
exactly.
And like another thing too, like imagine it's your partner. So like imagine your partner is constantly spending money that you guys are married now. So your assets kind of become each other's. You know what I mean? So he's spending money on his ex-partner.
No.
Because they can't get their shit together.
No.
Like I'm not okay with that.
No. And like, why are you paying basically child support for your 23-year-old son?
But that's the point, right? Like, if your child's over 8, like I get it. Maybe when the kid was a bit younger, you're like, okay, I have to help out a bit.
You
like
pay your ex-husband some, maybe like depending on the situation, you would pay some level of child support. That's fine.
Yeah.
But it,
your child is 23 years old. They can work.
God,
but
literally.
It sounds like it sounds like they're both part of the problem. Like these kind of people that are like, oh, my car's broken down, so I can't go to work.
Yeah.
It's like, well, you can get to work another way.
Entitled.
Get on a fucking bike.
I know.
Like, I'm sorry, but like, even if this transit system sucks in your city, like figure your shit out. You know how many, and this makes me mad because like when I was growing up, I had a lot of like part-time jobs and stuff. I didn't have a car for a very long time. I used to take transit all the time.
I didn't have a car I never had a car.
Yeah.
I never actually had a car, but I didn't drive until I was 19.
Yeah.
So yeah, lots of transit, walking, get a job nearby your place.
Exactly.
There are things you could do. The problem is this guy is just very spoiled and entitled, it sounds like.
They're lazy.
God damn, Nano, can you... Well, I mean, I do kind of blame him. I mean, do you not have a discussion with your wife?
Yeah.
You know?
Because if it was my partner, I would be like, look, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you need to stop.
Your child is 23. Your husband is old. Yeah. Or you need to stop giving them money. Like, I'm sorry, that's money for us. Like, I'm not to be selfish, but to be selfish. Like,
I mean, I guess at the end of the day, it is, so it says here, she contributes 30% of her pay to our joint expenses.
Yeah.
And then the 70% she keeps for personal expenses and to spend and save how she wishes, which I guess is fair.
Yeah, because he probably puts more into the bills and stuff because he's making a lot more.
Which is fair. So I guess at the end of the day, if you're, that's another question, right? Because technically that portion is her money.
Yeah.
Right? That portion.
Yeah, but how frustrating would it be if your partner was using their money?
Exactly.
That you're like, course. I'm like, hey, you're like, if we were partners and I'm like, hey, I want to go on this vacation. And you're like, oh, Daniel, actually, I can't afford to go on this vacation because I just gave my ex-partner $5,000 to bail his car out of an impound. After consistently giving him hundreds of dollars every month, I'll be like,
no,
why?
Unacceptable.
Exactly.
Can't do it.
Now I can't go on a vacation I wanted to go on.
Right.
Because you're still hung up on this, not hung up, but like, you know, doing stuff for this guy that you really shouldn't be.
Right. But then it's like, she'll be like, it's my money.
Yeah.
I can do whatever I want.
Okay, but now you're impacting me with your decisions.
Then now I'm going to go.
I'll go on the vacation by myself. See you later.
I'm go with my girlfriends, bitch.
There we go. That's a solution. Just go by yourself. You know what? If your wife is going to, you know what? Instead of footing, because she just expects him to foot the bill. That's
the issue.
Yeah, that's the issue.
It sounds like she's just like, why? Because she was like, oh, why don't you pay for me? Why don't you pay for me?
And at that point, I would even be, you know how she's like, he's like, am I the asshole? I wouldn't cancel the vacation. I would just be like, I'm going to go by myself because you can't afford to go.
Yeah. God damn.
Because you spent your money on stupid shit. I'm sorry.
It's just.
This is why I'm single. Because I have no time for that shit.
Well, like, seriously, how?
Yeah, I'm like, sorry.
Imagine being married to that.
No.
You can't even go on vacation because your partner is spending all their money.
And it would make me
on their grown-ass son.
And it would make me even madder because they already figured out based on each other's incomes.
Right. He's already paying more.
Exactly. You only have to put 30% of your income. I have to put, or 30% towards the bills. And I have to put 70% towards the bills.
Right.
Because I earn more than you.
Yeah. Which is,
and
yet
great. And yet you still are not having troubles to go on this vacation.
No.
Like, no.
Unacceptable. Divorce. So let's read some comments. Our favorite part.
Yeah.
Top voted comment. Not the asshole. Why are you married to her though? Since she clearly puts her ex and grown son before you and your marriage. Agreed. She's enabling their financial irresponsibility and that will never change.
Yes.
This is the thing. Here's the thing, guys. Okay. We all need to know this, even though all of us probably ignore this when it's our situation. We cannot change people, okay? So if you're going to marry this person, you're going to have to marry what you see and what you get at that day, okay? So you can't think, oh, one day she's going to stop sending money to her son. You know, you can't think like this. You have to think, am I okay with my wife sending her hard-earned money, and it sounds like she's not earning that much, to her grown-ass son and her ex-husband? If you're not okay, you gotta not get married.
Exactly. Because it's not like this is a new thing. This has been going on for years.
So unless she's changed before, like, she's actually changed, like, it's just not, it's not gonna change.
Exactly.
That's it. I mean, of course, there might be a tiny, tiny percentage of chance that she will change.
Yeah.
But you can't go into a marriage thinking that's gonna change in the future.
Exactly.
Words to fucking live by, guys.
God damn.
You gotta marry the person as they are and accept them as they are and don't expect them to change because they're probably not going to motherfucking change.
Exactly.
So anyway, let's see here. Not the asshole. It says all these comments are talking about a house fund like that solves the problem. She has already established she can't budget her money, let alone something you contribute to as well. What are you supposed to do when she takes from the house fund for her ex and son? God damn.
Damn.
Oh, so they're saying you should have like a joint fund.
Yeah.
Right.
That might help actually. Because
well,
you know, like have a joint fund for vacations and stuff.
Damn. But then some people are saying precisely a house fund doesn't always solve the problem. Some people see the total in a house fund and go, I can afford that. And from my experience and that of my friends, the house fund starts getting tapped into when the spouse goes into their savings, goes through their savings, spending freely or always giving to others. So basically what they're saying is if they have a house fund, she's going to spend all her money and then she's just going to start digging into the house fund. Which, I mean, it sounds like she's like basically running out of money because she keeps giving it.
Yeah.
So that is probably
she's part of the problem.
She's 100% part of the problem.
Yeah.
So not the asshole. The wife is the asshole.
God
the
damn.
son's the asshole. The ex-husband is the asshole.
Yeah. You married into a family of assholes.
Okay, pick one.
God damn.
God, people are just messy. Did you find a good one? All right, I'm ready. Lay it on me.
Am I the asshole for telling my wife her parents cannot sleep in our bed when they are house sitting?
Okay.
Okay, guys. We went out of town a few weeks ago for a wedding, and my in-laws came from out of state to watch our daughter. We have a 3-bedroom house with a full guest room and bathroom on the first floor, and our master and kids' room upstairs. Before moving in with me, my wife used to let her parents sleep in her bed when they would come and visit, and she would sleep on the couch. Well, she asked recently if they could sleep in our master room, and right away I said no. I don't want anyone other than us and our kid in our bed, as it feels weird to me, and we have a guest room for, guests. This caused a big fight to happen between my wife and me until she finally caught on to my way of seeing things, but her mom was totally offended by the notion that she was not allowed to sleep in our bed. Am I the asshole here because I didn't want my in-laws sleeping in my bed? I asked my own parents about it, and they both said they would never think of asking since we have a guest room already available. ...
God.
Is he the asshole?
I don't think he's the asshole. Well, I think this would be kind of torn. This would be kind of like divided.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that I think he's probably a little rigid, but I don't think he's an asshole. Yeah. I think it's completely fine. If he feels uncomfortable, I think that's kind of stupid to be from my perspective. But at the end of the day, people have different preferences. People have different, whatever it is that they're okay with. It's different, right? I would have no problem with someone else. I don't think that that's weird. Yeah. That's personally for me. Yeah. But they have a guest bedroom. Why is it a big deal? You are the guest. Like, just fucking sleep in the goddamn guest bedroom. I'm sure it's completely fine.
It would be different if they didn't have a guest bedroom. Exactly. Then I'd be like, okay, what the hell? But they have a guest bedroom. So I'm like, but I also don't really care who sleeps in my bed. Exactly. To be honest.
He's just being a little bit rigid, but maybe that's just who he is.
Maybe he's like a germaphobe or something. And he's like, I don't want other people's dead skin cells in my bed.
I mean, well, at the end of the day, like, you can wash the motherfucking sheets.
I know.
But, so do I want to be married to this type of man? Probably not. But is he an asshole? I don't think so. Again, it's his house.
Yeah.
He has a guest, but again, I think it's different if he's like sleep on the couch, floor.
Exactly. That would be different.
Exactly. But they have a guest bedroom for this reason. So it makes no sense. Why do they want to sleep in the fucking master bedroom so bad?
It's weird.
What do you think?
Yeah, I also think I think it's like a weird power play between them. Like it's like
really strange.
It's like, we want to sleep in your bed, and they're like, no, you can't sleep in my bed. Sleep in the guest room. We don't want to sleep in the guest room. It's like,
is the bed made of? Is it like a really special bed or something?
I don't know. Maybe the master bed is like super comfy.
Maybe it's really really nice.
Like maybe if the guest bed is like really shit. Like I don't
know. Like is it really bad? Like, I need to know details.
Like it's weird. Like also it's just like, again, I don't get it because I personally, like, if anyone was staying at my house, like I've had friends stay at my house where I had a temporary roommate. They slept in my bed.
Exactly.
I slept on the couch. I was like, I don't give a fuck. Yeah. Like really, I could care less. If my parents were watching my house, they can sleep in my bed. I don't care.
Exactly. I don't know why it matters, but obviously it does. I don't think
for some people.
For some people. And again, if you're a germaphobe, sheets come off the bed, guys.
Exactly.
Okay. You can wash the sheets.
A lot of people are agreeing. Well, actually,
with us?
Well, no, they're saying not the asshole.
So we said not the asshole.
Yeah, not the asshole. Not sure why you went. And plus, it's his house, to be fair. It's their house. So, like,
exactly. So
I do feel like there's a certain element of like, for example, Rose, this is your house. So if someone's coming to stay in your house,
you got to follow the rules.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
If you're like, hey, you can sleep in my spare room because you have a spare room, then sleep in the spare room. Like, it's not your house. Like,
exactly.
You can't make those rules.
Like, if I have some crazy ass rules, it's still my house.
Exactly. Like, so if someone's not the asshole, not sure why you insist on sleeping where I have sex with your daughter, because,
Right. But I also feel like, yes. I mean, A, why are you insisting? But B, not everything is fucking sexual. People are so annoying.
but they also said not the asshole. Yeah. Your room is a private sanctuary and they have no business being in there.
Interesting.
They said, get a lock on your door, like your actual bedroom door. Not the asshole. This is a leftover poverty mindset.
What?
When you are poor, you typically have one bed and room, and an elder guest would feel entitled to it out of respect. That isn't a problem anymore. Lots of people have guest rooms with nice mattresses and en suites. No fucking way I'm letting my parents or my wife sleep in my bed.
God, these people are really rigid.
Not the asshole. You have a guest room. They're guests, even if they're assisting you as part of their stay. Tell your mother-in-law to get over herself. Oh, do learn to discuss, not fight with your spouse. That'll get you to an agreement sooner. Doesn't look like anyone's saying the
So
asshole.
maybe we're just way too just whatever.
You're the asshole. I'm guessing your child is young because you're not answering any of the many people who are asking their age. In-laws are not house sitting. They're watching your child so they can get away for a child-free trip. You're the asshole for the misleading title alone. If your child is older, I'd guess the guest room is fine, but I think you're purposely leaving out info.
That could be the case.
Yeah.
Maybe the guest bedroom sucks.
Yeah.
Maybe the bed is really uncomfortable.
This is it, right?
We don't know all the details.
Also, it just sounds like the child's bedroom's upstairs as well with the master. The guest bedroom's downstairs, so maybe they want to be close to the third grandchild, right?
It is true. It is true that they are also watching the child, and we do have to remember that, yes, I forgot the fact that they're actually house sitting for them, not just staying at their house because they wanted to.
Yeah.
It sounds like they're doing you a favor. So again, I don't really understand why you're so rigid. You have a stick up your ass.
Yeah.
But hey, and you think that somehow it's just so weird that I guess some people are very weird about their bed. Like again, people think it's just always sexual, and it's like, okay, I get it. Like, why is it that? I don't know. I think that's so weird.
It is weird. Like, honestly, guys, like, I'm like, it's a bed.
People fuck on a couch.
I know.
Sit on the goddamn couch.
People fuck all over the house.
It's fine. People fuck everywhere. Okay?
Exactly. Like,
people, you need to calm the fuck down is what you need to do.
When I come to Rose's house, I'm like, where should I sit?
Stop, Daniel.
I'm just kidding.
I don't know. It's just this weird thing. It's like the bed isn't just a sexual place. Like, it is a place where you sleep. But again, like.
So my verdict?
Not the asshole or asshole?
Both the assholes. So I would say he's the asshole for being such a rigid guy about his fucking bed.
When they are doing them a favor.
Exactly.
It is true.
And then I'm saying also the in-laws are the asshole because
for
insisting and not respecting other people's boundaries.
Yeah. Okay. So they're all assholes.
They're all assholes.
Once again, everyone's the asshole.
Everyone is the asshole. Yeah. That's my personal opinion, guys. And I'm sticking with it.
I don't necessarily think he's an asshole, but again, we don't know all the details.
Yeah.
Based on what I see, I think that he could use, like some loosening up, okay? And calming the fuck down. Would I want to be married to this man? Fuck no. He sounds a little
little OCD.
A little OCD, a little weird, too much.
Do not sleep in my bed.
Like, chill, bro.
Yeah.
Chill. But the in-laws, I think, sound weirder based on what we know. It's like, why do you want to sleep in that? Like, just fucking sleep in the goddamn guest bedroom.
Sleep in the guest bedroom.
Okay. Hopefully it's a comfy bed.
God, imagine being so caring this much about where you sleep. I really am
I genuinely don't. Who cares?
Like, I'm just happy if there's a bed.
Exactly. Wash your motherfucking sheets.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, what if you did? Here's the thing. What if you didn't have a guest bedroom? Like, what would you do? Because it sounds very much like he really doesn't want anyone sleeping in their bed. Which, again, some people are like, it's your sanctuary. People think it's like your private space, which I can kind of understand, I guess, to some degree.
Yeah.
I guess.
God dang.
I who cares?
I know.
It's a piece of furniture, people. Anyway.
I know.
Maybe we're just way too chill about this kind of stuff.
Honestly, if I go to someone's house and I don't have to sleep on a couch and it's a bed, I'm happy about that. I'm like, yes, I have a bed to sleep in.
And I've never experienced being a house guest and people being so rigid about, because I've been offered many times like, oh, you can take my bed.
Yeah.
It's not, this isn't normal.
It's like I've house sat for a couple friends. One of them has a spare room. So every time I house it, I sleep in their spare room. Yeah. That's totally fine. I'm like, great. It's a nice bed for me to sleep in. Yeah. Another one of my friends, they don't have a spare room. Yeah. So when I house sit, I sleep in her bed. Yeah. And she's like, you sleep in my bed. Like, it's fine.
But also you are okay with sleeping in the spare bedroom, which makes you not the asshole compared to these in-laws that somehow have to sleep in the goddamn
which is weird. Both the assholes. Both the assholes.
Both weird as fuck. Both the assholes.
God damn. Family drama. Wait till we have to have some in-law drama, Rose.
Oh my God. I can't. I'm telling you, I'm going to start a commune and
I
just
could see
live
Rose
there.
Getting really feisty with her in-laws. I just
you think so? No, I'm very respectful to my elders. I am. I'll just talk shit about them with you. No, I'm just kidding. No.
Offline though, not on the podcast.
But okay, off topic, but not off topic, but similar to this topic. So if you, let's say you're in a relationship, right? Yeah. And the in-laws are not just kind of, because in-laws can be tricky. Yeah. But what if they were complete assholes? Like you were not getting along. Would this be a deal breaker?
I feel like it would be.
It's kind of tough.
But
what
also
if you're so in love with this man?
But also like hear me out. Like generally
Apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
90%. So I've met a few people in my life that I've really disliked.
Oh, goddamn.
And a few
you
that
don't want to be on Daniel's list.
No, because there's not that many people on there.
But when you're on there, there's no getting you off that list.
Well, there probably is, but no one's redeemed themselves. So, but anyway, I sound like a really grudgeful bitch.
No, you're not. The thing is, I just hate everybody. Yeah. Daniel likes everybody.
I do. I like most people.
I don't hate everybody. This is not true. I'm just joking. But
I have a lot more time for people. Like I'm not.
I think so. I think you have a little bit more patience for people, whereas there's more people that I'm annoyed by. Yeah. But when you get annoyed by somebody, it's like you're very annoyed by them. Whereas I'm just going to be like, oh, he's kind of annoying. Yeah.
Whereas I'm like, fuck this. I don't want to hang out with them ever again. But like all the people that I've met that I've like really, really disliked in my life. Yeah. If I have met their parents, it's like their parents are the same. Do you know what I mean? Like, and generally like, yeah, we might be a little bit different from our parents, and we are. Sure. We all are our own person. And sometimes you can be in a really fucked up situation with your parents and turn out amazing. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying this isn't a blanket statement. I was just saying majority of the time, if the in-laws are super difficult people, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Generally speaking, like, because that's the environment they grew up in. Like, if you have these in-laws that are super entitled, super like expecting things to go their way, why would that person that grew up in that environment generally be any different?
Sure. Or they may have cut them off already, or not cut them off, cut them out of their lives already. Something like this.
If they were really crazy.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh God.
I couldn't imagine having to deal with that kind of shit.
So
I actually, speaking of cutting out in-laws or cutting out parents.
God damn.
I randomly was on TikTok, we're reducing our screen time. We gotta get that shit together.
We're having issues. Continue.
Yeah. But I was on TikTok and there was these two. It was like a episode of like, I want to say it was like not Maury, but like Dr. Phil or something. And there was these two guys on there that were part of the LGBTQ community, and they were like advocates of the LGBTQ community. I couldn't be more embarrassed to be part of the community, to be honest, watching these two. Yeah. Because one of them, oh my God, like honestly, the most cringy, because at first I was watching and I was like, this isn't that bad. Because I'm like, yeah, I want to be like a figure in the LGBTQ community. So, and I guess they had like prank channels or something on YouTube. Or on social media. I didn't look them up on social media, but I just watched this like little segment. And one of them goes, Dr. Phil is like, asked the one, I think it was the non-binary individual. And he goes, how do your parents feel about you doing these prank channels? Mm-hmm. And the non-binary person goes, well, my mom doesn't like it. Like she doesn't like it. She doesn't think it's that great, blah, blah, blah. Then he goes and turns to the guy that was like this gay guy or whatever. And he goes, how do your parents feel about it? He's like, well, I cut my parents out of my life. Okay. And he goes, this is so cringe. I can't even believe if this is real or not. Okay. He goes, well, why did you cut your parents out of your life? He's like, well, they weren't adding anything to it. I mean, like, they don't have any followers. Like, what? He goes, like, I guess
that's fake. That has to be fake.
He goes, I like, my mom has more followers than my sister, I guess, but like, they just don't really have any like media clout. Like, they have no like social media following and stuff. No. They don't add anything to my life. And I was just like,
I refuse to believe that this is real.
I know.
I refuse. I think they want attention. Yeah. I think they just wanted...
I was just shocked. Even if it's not real. To go on Dr. Phil and say that's some bullshit.
I know. That is embarrassing.
Like, that's embarrassing on if it's real or if it's not real. Yeah. If it's real, it's fucking embarrassing. If it's not real, you're trying to get famous that way.
Yeah. Weird.
What?
I know. People are so desperate to be famous.
I don't get it.
They have no shame. Yeah. I don't understand.
I honestly, like... I have no desire to become super famous whatsoever.
Period. But especially...
Exactly. Like, I wouldn't mind if the podcast took off more and, that would be really, really great.
You mean you want to be a second Joe Rogan?
Yeah. Yeah. But honestly, like I when I was younger, that was something that I think a lot of young people aspire to, because you see all this like glitz and glam and you're like, oh my God, I want that lifestyle. My thing is like, I'd rather like own like maybe a successful business, or
you mean you would rather be rich?
I'd rather be rich.
You'd rather be rich than famous,
or be very comfortable.
So you want to be rich but not famous.
Like, or not even rich, but just like a very comfortable position. I would prefer that. Like, that's what I would achieve or want to achieve.
Absolutely.
Versus like, I want clout,
I know. I don't understand.
All these kids chasing clout.
People love clout.
I know. Mm-hmm. Be fucked up as hell.
Damn, what be the next one?
Oh, hell.
All right, I found one. Am I the asshole for being a picky eater and calling my ex a terrible cook?
Did you write this one, Rose? No.
totally something I would do. You are really bad at cooking.
Oh my God, is that how you chop a vegetable?
Oh my God, I'm such a bitch. Anyways, okay. So first of all, guys, this was not me. Okay. I was joking. I would not say that to somebody other than Daniel. No, I'm just kidding.
Accurate. Okay.
So I, a 30 female, am a picky eater. Pre-story. When I was younger, it was impossible to make me eat a lot of food, and I was also diagnosed with some sensory issues while eating. That is part of the pickiness. Things got better as I grew older, and I was able to cook for myself the dishes I like and that are nutritionally healthy. Mainly, I don't like foods that are drenched in fat and feel heavy. I was lucky to get a well-paying job early in my life when I was 20. So instead of cooking, I've decided to try the ready meal delivery service, as a lot of these are healthy and offer a choice, and I hate cooking. At 21, I got married to Pete, 23 male. Goddamn, young as hell.
Very young.
Pete insisted on cooking himself and make me try new foods, and was very against me ordering the ready meals. Even if it was easier for me and cheaper, and the time I would spend cooking, I could put into my career or hobbies. I didn't like anything he cooked as it tasted awful to me, and I would end up having a bad stomach after.
Ooh.
Essentially, my pickiness was one of the reasons we divorced 3 years later. Oh my God. Okay, so this was her like ex.
Holy shit. Okay.
God damn.
It's been intense as hell, this
They
story.
divorced. Whew. Okay, now to the current day. Last week, my boss and I went to a business dinner with an owner and an assistant of the company that wanted to be our partners. The assistant ended up being Pete, her ex-husband.
God damn.
Which I was surprised to hear, as he said he will never join the field I'm working in. Just before the dinner, Pete was making snarky comments to his boss and mine about me being a picky eater and us divorcing because of it. Oh my God, this is hilarious. However, to his surprise, I ordered a few dishes I would have previously found disgusting, and I would eat them no problem. Pete went nuts and started asking a lot of inappropriate questions and nearly calling me names, until I got enough of it and said the reason why I was picky with him was due to him being a terrible cook, and that her writing is really bad. And that every one of his dishes would make me sick. His boss laughed and we carried on with the dinner. The next day, I have received a lot of texts from Pete calling me an asshole for what I said, as now his boss has declined to come into the dinner he was hosting for work, and it is affecting his career. Am I the asshole?
Holy shit.
Wow. Okay. So much to unpack.
A lot.
First of all, 21 years old getting married. That was mistake number one.
I know. That is
so young.
So hang on. Can you just rewind for just a second?
Yes.
So what was the dinner that they were at? They were just like...
Okay. So her boss and her went to a business dinner with an owner and an assistant of the company that wanted to be partners. So basically, her boss is the boss. Yeah. They wanted to have a business dinner with some other company.
And the assistant was Pete.
Yes.
Okay, right.
So then basically the four of them are having dinner.
Right.
And then they're making all these he's making all these comments.
So I would argue, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I would argue that she wasn't being the asshole.
Okay.
And hear me out on this one.
Yeah.
The reason I wanted to say this is because obviously they split up, right? They were done.
Yeah.
They hadn't been together for a while or for a short period of time. I don't know. But obviously there was more to it than just the cooking, right? Like there was obviously more factors as to why they split up. And then what I think is they're there for a business dinner. First of all, it's very inappropriate for Pete to even be making any comments. So he is the one that started this whole shebang. Yes. So he should have just kept his fucking mouth shut.
Absolutely.
And they should have just had a nice dinner. Because really, like, what she's doing now with her life, like, has nothing to do with you.
He's very bitter.
Exactly. So for the fact for him to bring that up at dinner is
in
already
a professional business dinner.
Exactly. Is already very inappropriate.
Yeah.
Then for her to then defend herself and say, look, it wasn't the food, it was the way that you cooked. I think you're a shitty cook. Like I didn't like your cooking.
Listen. All power to her.
Exactly. And then for the bosses to laugh, they thought it was a joke, whatever. And then for him to have the audacity to reach out to her the next day and be like, you're impacting my career. No. Hang on a second. You're the one that brought it up at the dinner table that brought it up in the first place. Mm-hmm. So you cannot go back to her and say, you're trying to fuck up my career.
Yep.
Because what were you doing, bitch? Why did you bring that up at the dinner table? I would never.
Oh
I'm
my God,
sorry.
can you imagine?
No. Like if you're at a, like, first of all, it's already awkward if you're exes and you're at the table, you didn't expect it. You're like, what the fuck?
Oh my God, I would die.
The last thing I'm going to do is bring it up at the table about how you're a picky eater and that's why we divorced.
Oh my God.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I think we know why they divorced, and it's probably not just the picky eating.
No, this guy's a fucking psycho.
I know. At a business dinner too.
I know, it's the worst. Like maybe it'll be a little different if it's a friend's dinner.
Yeah.
But still, at a business dinner in front of your boss.
Oh my God, honestly, I can't.
Oh, I would have lost it.
Cannot.
I probably would have been like, if my partner did that or ex at a business dinner, I would have said, like whoever it was, like I would have been very embarrassed, and I would have said, can we not talk about this here?
Yeah.
Like, let's. This is a professional business dinner. Like, let's have a chat later.
Yeah. Like, yeah. I mean, let's not. Can we not talk about our divorce?
Yeah. Can we not talk about our divorce at
so
dinner?
awkward.
And then I would apologize to my boss and just be like, I'm really sorry.
Yes.
This is why I divorced this person.
There's a reason why we're not together anymore.
Exactly.
God damn.
Oh God.
I mean, could you date such a picky eater? Again, guys, don't get married if this is not something that you can deal with.
Exactly.
You know, like, did you never eat together before? Did you never cook for her before?
Exactly. Like, is it a surprise?
Like, it's just, I don't understand. It's like, I mean, I understand because people think again, like, oh, maybe one day if I cook delicious food for my wife, she will become a non-picky eater. She'll change. No, she's not going to change. Let her eat the ready meals. If you're not okay with it, do not marry her.
Honestly, like, personally, I wouldn't want to date somebody that's such a picky eater.
Yeah.
Because like I would just find it difficult. But at the same time, if we could work it out where, you know, before we got married even, we would work it out so that like if they're a picky eater, they cook their own fucking food and I cook my own fucking food. Which is really annoying.
I really hate that.
I know, I hate it as well. I'd rather just like it just be a, you know, combined thing.
And, like,
but
food
hey,
is such a thing to be shared to me.
Exactly. But like if that's how you deal with it, and if that's the only thing that like, you know,
if it works, it works.
Exactly. Then you deal with that and then you get married because you've dealt with that fucking issue. It's not a surprise.
Because they got married when she was 21 years old.
God, when I was 21, you could people were peeling me off the floor of nightclubs, you know? I wasn't in any ready state to get married. Fuck. Finding me drunk and passed out in bathroom stalls.
I mean, me too. I mean, we're doing that at what, 27?
Oh, God damn. I know. I'm like, well, at 21, I definitely was not ready.
Oh my God. I can't even imagine.
I can't
that
either.
age.
That's wild to me.
And like how much you mature, even us, believe it or not, you know, in the last 10 plus years, the maturity you go through.
Well, we didn't get drunk at all in Vancouver.
I know, right? Sign of growth.
Exactly.
It's a sign of growth. So yeah, 21 is maybe some people, it works out for some people, but you know, I think it's just way too young to get married. What is the rush as well, you know?
You know.
Anyway, next.
Am I the asshole for refusing to give my sister the hotel room key?
What?
Apologies for the format and whatever. I'm on mobile. Oh, people write on mobiles.
Oh, I'm on mobile.
I'm on mobile.
Oh, it's just my mobile.
And to get it straight,
what?
To get straight to it, me, 22 female, and my sister, 27 female, are on vacation at a popular theme park that has hotels you can stay at to have early entry, etc. She paid for this trip as a birthday gift to me, and while I'm very grateful for that, I knew it came with strings. First, she pushed me over and over to buy things I can't afford. Drinks, food, souvenirs, add-ons, t-shirts, etc. I'm a poor graduate student and finally had to put my foot down about purchasing things, which made her pouty, upset at me multiple times. I shrugged this off as she had paid for the trip. Then...
Wait, is this her... This is a gift. The trip is a gift to her.
Yeah, from her sister.
For what? For like her birthday?
Yeah, birthday.
Okay, why is she spending all this money? Okay, continue.
I know. And then her sister, because I think her sister paid for the trip. And now her sister's like, you pay for the drinks, the souvenirs.
That makes no sense. Okay, continue.
I know. Then she made me pack. Oh yeah, hang on. Blah, 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 blah. I'm a poor graduate student. Finally had to put my foot down about purchasing things, which made her really pouty and upset multiple times. I shrugged this off as she had paid for my trip. Then she made me the pack mule for all of our days at the park. I carried all of our IDs, cards, tickets, and anything we bought. This would be fine if she wasn't demanding I get things out at the speed of light and then groping me to open up the fanny pack strapped across my chest as if I wasn't fast enough. She snapped at me over this multiple times. On top of that, I was expected to only do the rides and attractions she was interested in.
What the fuck?
Otherwise, I'd have to ride it alone, which would be fine, which would also be fine if she didn't become passive aggressive about having to wait for me. In the end, I just went along with her because she did pay for everything, and I'm not Uber into the themes. I'm not Uber into the themes of the park, and it wasn't a huge deal for me not to choose things. But this all came to head about an hour ago. I got off the ride she hadn't wanted to get on and met her in one of the bars and restaurants. We decided to go to a specific ride, but she said she had just finished her beer. She wanted to sit for a minute. She was wishy-washy about what she wanted to do during this break, changing the plan a few times. I said okay to the first few ideas, but after the third, I admittedly did get whiny about not wanting to walk halfway across the park to another place that she wanted to go. She snapped at me and asked what I wanted to do. I replied that I wanted to ride the roller coaster we talked about at the beginning, but not if she was going to act bratty about it.
Oh my God.
This set her off, and she went on a rant about how she paid for the trip and I needed to calm down. I responded that we've been doing everything she's wanted to do over the past 2 days, which made her angry. She decided to leave me alone in the park. This is my first time here, but not before chasing me down the street to get her ID and credit card from me. I gave her the ID when she demanded it, and I gave her the ID when she demanded I give her the room key for the hotel. I said she could have her ID and cards, but that I was keeping the room key. It's the only one we have, and you needed to do certain things in the park.
Oh, interesting.
She demanded it and kept following me until I told her to fuck off and threw her card on the ground. This is probably where I'm the asshole. Anyway, after that, she finally left me alone, and eventually she went back to the hotel, leaving me at the park alone. I'm planning on spending the remainder of the day doing things I actually want to do. Am I the asshole?
You're the asshole for going on and on and on. Jesus Christ.
I know.
You could have just shortened that up.
This you could have summarized.
There was a lot of unnecessary detail.
But also, I don't like how her sister did that. Like, I hate when people like buy you something, but there's strings. It's like, I bought this trip for you, but I'm going to do everything I want to do.
No.
It's like, no.
Unacceptable.
You can't do that.
No. I mean, I kind of, lost interest in the story here after she went on and on.
Well, she did write a novel.
She did write a novel.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think here's the thing. Here's what happened. They got into a fight.
Yep.
It's a sibling fight.
Yep.
They're both just mad at each other.
Yep.
So, like, it's just very sibling,
It is very sibling rivalry.
It's not really like asshole versus non-asshole.
I know, it's very like,
you know what I mean?
She paid for my vacation, but then she wanted me to do this, but then he wanted to do this, but then she wanted to take this ride, but I want to do this ride, but then she wanted to go back to the hotel, and I want to do, like, it's like literally like kids bickering.
It's literally like children bickering. Yeah. So I don't really know if this is like someone's an asshole. It's just more like you just got mad and you're like, fuck you, I'm keeping the key. Yeah. I'm going to do what I want. What do you think?
I agree. I think
do you think she's an asshole?
No, I don't think either of them are assholes. I think they're just bickering children. Like not children, but bickering siblings.
And like her sister sounds really fucking annoying.
I know. Well, they both do.
They both do, but her sister is, but like, just like, I'm trying to imagine. Okay. So like, obviously we're only hearing one side of the story.
True.
Okay. And so she bought this trip, which great. But then like, now she has to spend all this random money on like souvenirs and shit. Like that's weird.
I know. Well, and also like, I'm sorry, but also the person that's like, stand your ground. Like if you bought the trip for me, I'd be like, I don't want these souvenirs. Like, if you want a souvenir, you can buy yourself a souvenir.
Exactly.
Like,
why are you buying souvenirs?
And why is it even a discussion? Like everyone buys their own fucking souvenirs.
Like I don't know. I kind of like, again, lost track of all these, she wanted to go on this ride and she wanted to go on this ride.
Which page did you lose interest, Rose? Page 22 of 365?
Like, and then I just feel like it wasn't really a gift. It sounded like she just wanted someone to go to
pretty much
Disneyland.
It sounded like she wanted someone to go to the theme park with her. And if you knew also, you knew that it was going to come with strings. She said at the very beginning. And you're getting a free trip or a free thing.
You going to victim blame?
No, I'm not going to victim blame. But like again, it's just like, it's so dumb. Just like communicate with each other.
These are siblings.
Yeah.
How old are they? Let me see.
22 and 27.
22 and 27.
You're old enough to know better. But to be fair, I bicker at that age too.
Let me see some details that I missed in the first, So basically, they're fighting, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. She took the key. Yeah, it really just sounds like she was being really annoying. and then they just snapped.
Yeah.
And then it was just like a, you know,
full blown argument.
Yeah. A lot of people saying not the asshole.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. Isn't it your gift? Why is she demanding you do whatever she wants if it's your birthday? See, that is also like weird.
Yeah, it is
you
weird.
know?
Like, why is your sister doing that?
Yeah. It's like if you gifted someone a trip, then I think, you know, you should kind of like, sure, you already gifted them the trip, but I think a part of that gift is, you know, making sure that person has a good time.
Yeah.
You know, that's very important.
But this is why, you know, like those couples or those people that like end up with like, you know, one of the partners is like the breadwinner and they like pay for everything.
Yeah.
This is why you never want to be in this situation because
because you think that they're going to want to do everything they want to do.
Well, not just that, but they always like generally, not always, but like people use that as leverage.
Yeah.
Like look at the second that they're arguing about which rides to go on. Her sister goes, well, I paid for this trip.
Right.
And people do that all the time. It's like, you know, if you're with your partner and your partner's paying for the meal and stuff, and you're like, oh, I don't really want to go here. Well, I'm paying for it.
Oh, God damn.
You got to listen to me.
God damn. Well, don't marry anyone like that.
Oh, God damn.
I think if you have a situation, a relationship where one person is paying for most things, you have to like, yeah, you're right. Because that can easily happen.
Easily.
People are fucking assholes.
Because you know the thing is, and I just know human nature. Well, I don't know human nature, but like I would feel like 90%, guys, and don't quote me on this, obviously, of people will use that as some way as leverage. Like later on, like if you're like, oh, do you mind? Like, can you please load the dishwasher? Well, I pay for everything. You load it. Yeah. You're a freeloader. Fucking do some work yourself.
Yeah.
You know, like little things like this, I just see it like, well, I paid for the trip to Disneyland. I paid for you to get a manicure, pedicure, you know, massage.
Yeah.
Why do I have to load the dishwasher?
Yeah.
You know, it creates a weird
power dynamic.
Yes. That's just like, but not saying that that's like with the sisters, but like anytime, like, I do think it's weird. It's like her birthday gift. Like, why are you not, if you're treating someone for their birthday, they should be able to do what they want.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's very strange.
God, don't go to theme park.
No. Definitely not.
I feel like they could cause a lot of drama. Theme parks, man.
Oh, definitely they could.
You know, it's like weirdly stressful. I don't know what it is. Okay, one more. Final one.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, goddamn. Okay. Am I the asshole for going to a concert over my mother's wedding? Dun, dun, dun.
God damn.
My mom is getting married or remarried. My birth father passed away a while ago. A few weeks ago, I won Taylor Swift concert tickets on the radio for the same day as her wedding. I made the decision to go to the concert over the wedding, and I told her this, and she is very upset. She has not spoken to me since. I love my mother, and I feel bad for missing her wedding, but I thought she would understand due to the circumstances. I do not like my soon-to-be stepfather, and I feel like seeing Taylor Swift is a once-in-a-lifetime experience that I do not want to miss. Also, I've made it very clear to my mom over the past few months that I am not okay with the marriage, but still plan to be at the wedding. But then I won the tickets and things changed. So, am I the asshole for choosing the concert over the wedding? Thoughts?
I think you kind of are the asshole.
Yeah.
Because, and hear me out on this, guys. You had already told your mom you're going to go.
That's the thing.
If you hadn't told your mom, like if you had already got the tickets and then found out about the wedding later, or you told your mom you're not sure if you're going to go and then got the tickets.
Yes.
You committed. This is the thing. I think this holds true with a lot of things. It's like, if I commit to something, right? It's a level of respect. Like it's even like, hey, like let's say Rose, like you're going somewhere and I'm like, hey, I can watch your house for you or your dogs or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, actually I can't anymore because I have XYZ happening.
Right.
I just feel like that's not okay because I've already committed and let you know that I'm doing that. And
right.
And with your parents as well, like if you said to your mom, I'm going to your wedding.
Yeah.
And then last minute because you've won these concert tickets.
Well, we don't know if it's last minute. Is it?
We do. It's like 2 weeks.
Is it last minute?
I think it was like 2 weeks before she said.
A few weeks ago. I don't know if she mentioned the timing.
Yeah.
But
okay, but
you're probably right. Maybe it's last minute.
But I mean, she'd already said she was going to the wedding, regardless if it was last minute or not. She said she's going to the wedding already. She's already committed to that. And then for her to then now backtrack for Taylor Swift.
So you think that people should not be able to cancel on plans?
Well, I don't think that they. No, that's not what I'm trying to say. I'm saying for certain things, if you're if people are like relying on you or like big things, right? Like this is different than like, oh, you're supposed to go for dinner with your mom.
Yes,
that's different. Like if it was a dinner, I'd say yeah, of course, go to the concert.
It's a big day for your mom.
Exactly. This is like for your mom, you know, second time in her life, maybe third, I don't know, but once or twice in a lifetime experience, you know.
Yeah.
And weddings, they do hold a big place in people's lives.
It is your mom.
Exactly. It's a bigger deal than like just dinner or something, you know? And so I think for those things, if you commit to them, you should go.
Interesting. Yeah, I do. It is a little bit tough because she is saying that she doesn't approve of this marriage, which I mean, at the end of the day, it's your mom's her own person.
Exactly. Well, and if she doesn't approve of the marriage, and this I'm going back to this as well,
then she shouldn't have.
She should have said that she's not going to go in the first place.
But maybe she was just like trying to be, you know. Yeah, I do feel like she's using this now as an excuse to just go to the Taylor Swift concert.
Yeah. It's almost like she got the tickets and she was like,
she just wants to go to the concert.
She's a Swiftie. You know, and
I mean, those tickets are expensive.
Apparently, they go for like thousands of dollars.
They are ridiculous.
I'm sorry, guys. Just like, when did it get okay that you hear? Like, I hear about like
everything's so expensive now.
Beyonce and Taylor Swift tickets, like
thousands.
$30,000 to get tickets, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
I know. No.
Like when I used to go to concerts, I remember $80 being a lot for a concert.
Yeah, and then it went to like maybe a few hundred. Yeah, maybe a couple hundred.
Yeah, and that was like the premium seats.
What is the maximum you would ever pay for a concert ticket?
Like probably around the $250 mark, and that's a lot.
God damn! I think I maybe up to 400. But like that's probably the max. Yeah. But it better be wonderful, amazing seats.
Like that's a lot of money when you think about it.
It is so much money. It's for one night.
Exactly.
You know? Like it's for one night.
It's insane to me to spend that much money.
I know, but nowadays these people are crazy.
I know, but like I hear these things where it's like front row at like a Taylor Swift or something. It was like $5,000 or something a ticket. Like it was literally like outrageous. Like the prices were insane.
We take that into consideration.
I know. I say sell the tickets and put a down payment on a house.
No, seriously, sell the tickets. Seriously, I would sell the tickets.
Yeah. If I won tickets to Taylor Swift and they were going for like $5,000 a piece and I won 2 tickets, you can bet I will be selling those tickets. Yeah. Like for $5,000, are you kidding me?
What if you're not allowed to sell the tickets because she won these tickets?
Like no resale? Mm-hmm. Well, I'm sure you could figure out a way around that.
So let's see some comments.
Okay.
So your verdict is she's kind of an asshole.
Kind of.
Yeah. I would also say she's kind of an asshole.
Yeah. Let's see what people think.
Let's see.
But if there's Swiftie fans, they're gonna agree with her.
First comment: you're the asshole. You chose Taylor Swift over your mom. Weird.
Like, and it's just a concert.
That's the thing. It also sounds like she might be pretty close to her mom, right?
Yeah.
So it's different. Okay. There's many circumstances in which it could be different, right? If you were not close with your mom. And like you really like had a really strained relationship and you really didn't want to go to this wedding.
Yeah.
Then maybe.
Yeah.
But again, it's kind of like, it does kind of sound like an asshole move to be like, well, I won these tickets to a concert.
So I'm not going to your wedding anymore.
Yeah. Like and you're right. Like you should have just stood your ground from beforehand. Yeah. But yeah.
Like imagine if I turned to you, Rose, and I was like, oh, I won these tickets for a concert, so I'm not going to be at your wedding.
God damn, I will kill you.
I know.
I'll fucking kill you out of my life. And then somebody responded to that saying, but it's Taylor Swift. Come on. I mean, if you're a Swiftie.
I know. People are like obsessed with Taylor Swift.
People are obsessed with Taylor Swift. Maybe I'm just old. I don't understand. Like,
I know.
I mean, she's not bad.
No, she's not bad. She came out with music. And I remember, I think we would have been in like.
Oh, we were very young. I think we were in junior high or something.
Junior high. And it was that
she was like
teardrops on my guitar. Something like this. And like. Yeah, again, she was okay. Did I think she was fantastic? Yeah. I wasn't like blown away.
She was like a big deal.
But now she's like huge.
She's such a big deal.
Yeah.
I don't really get it, but you know, I do like that one song.
Which one?
Is
it Blank?
You got it. I
don't know.
Do you know what I'm?
Yeah.
Wait.
When I did like she
Isn't
does.
it easy? You got a smile that could. You know the one where it's like, she wears short skirts, I wear t-shirts, she's cheer captain, and I'm on the bleachers.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that one. I forgot what it's called.
Yeah, me too.
I think it's called You Belong. You belong with me.
That's a pretty big one.
Yeah, that's a pretty big one. I like that song.
Yeah, I used to like the one song. It was like Trouble. You trouble. Something like this. I don't know.
I think we're hurting people's
we are.
eardrums.
If there's Swifties on here, they're gonna not be happy with us.
So someone said, not the asshole if you aren't okay with the marriage and have made that clear to your mom, but you're the asshole if you're skipping the wedding and using that as an excuse.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh man. And then let's see. Is there no way you could do both? Could you go to the ceremonies and skip the reception and head to the concert?
Yeah, like that's probably, because usually the wedding does start during the day. So you could go to like the actual formal ceremony.
Reception's kind of important.
Yeah, true.
The ceremony is important, but also reception is quite important.
That's when everyone gets drunk and makes out with people.
And then someone wrote, you're the asshole. You had to have known those tickets you won were for the same date. Most, if not all, ticket giveaways I hear about on the radio tell you exactly which date and time they were giving. I mean, yeah, I think she knew that.
There we go.
So you signed up and called it. Oh, that is true. Because you don't really randomly win tickets, do you?
Not
you
typically.
signed up and called in for those tickets, likely knowing it was the same date and time as your mother's wedding. Yeah. I can't fault you for not wanting to go to the wedding since you don't approve of the marriage, although she really shouldn't need your approval, blah, blah, blah. I can fault you for finding a way to avoid going after you said you would be there, albeit informally.
Yeah.
You made a commitment to your mother for that day.
Yep.
You're the asshole.
Yeah, I agree.
That's true. I mean, that is a good point because most of the time, you would know. Like, you don't just randomly, like, no one's going to randomly call me and be like, do you want Taylor Swift tickets?
Exactly. So you would exactly. You would know the dates that those tickets were. So if you were concerned and you're like, it's not a surprise that you got the tickets on the same day.
Yeah.
You applied to get the tickets on the same day.
God damn, I thought it would be a surprise, but I guess not.
Well, how often are people calling you like, surprise, Rose, Taylor Swift tickets this Saturday?
Well, she must have called it because usually it's like, if you want to win Taylor Swift tickets, call
for this weekend.
CJ 92 FM radio.
If you're the 7th caller and can list all 3 songs we just played, you're the winner.
Exactly.
Hi there, caller number 7.
Yeah.
What's your name?
So she definitely called in knowing.
Yeah.
Oh, that little asshole.
I think
she'd be an
asshole.
She'd be a major asshole.
Full asshole.
Full on asshole. Not even half asshole. Full on asshole.
God damn.
So anyway, guys, and on that positive
on
note,
that positive note, guys,
we are all the assholes.
Yes.
In this game of life.
We are.
Hope you enjoyed that episode. Let us know in the comments if you're watching on YouTube what you thought of this episode and if you agree with our assessments. Okay? Sometimes we have some unpopular opinions.
That's true, we do.
So let's see what people have to say. And guys, once again, don't forget to join our Patreon. It is patreon.com/the SaVeg Podcast. This month, we are going to be doing an exclusive episode where we are going to complain
about dating. We
are going to do an I've Had It episode about dating. And that could go on for many hours.
It could go on and on.
And guys, make sure if you guys want to come with us to Thailand and or Bali.
Yep.
The links to sign up are in the show notes. We are going to Thailand and Bali in August on a vegan food tour.
God damn.
And we want you to join. Bali is almost fully booked.
Oh, god damn.
Almost fully booked. So definitely check those out. The itineraries are linked below. And make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and also on your favorite podcast platform. What else, Daniel?
I think you said it all.
Did I cover it?
I think you covered it all.
God damn.
Have an amazing week, guys, and we'll talk to you next week.
And you are not the assholes. Bye.